I can't tell you how many people say to me after a keynote, I don't know how you do that. I would be so intimidated. I would hate being the one up there in the front of the room. And then they'll quickly tell me, because I have to speak in front of a smaller group, or I have to speak in front of my church community, or I have to present at a big board meeting next week, and I am petrified. So I have thought to myself, what advice can I give people in these quick, short little bursts that really help them? And so I've started to do that. And it's been so helpful. And they've shared with me afterwards that they've tried it and it's worked for them, that I want to share it with you today. Because let's face it, when you can show up confident, then you deliver your best. You can focus, and you also don't spend so much time feeling sick and worried about it. You don't have to feel that way. So here are my confidence building rituals. Number one, before I speak, whether it's a tiny group, even before I, let's say, get on the phone with a client, a really big client where they're reviewing my proposal, right through to before I speak for thousands of people, here's what I do. I rub my hands together. It builds positive energy. And I can't remember, I learned it from a speaker. I wish I remember who I learned it from. This is my thing. It builds positive energy, it gets your body, your blood flowing, and it just invigorates you. So that's one. Number two, I say a mantra. Like if I'm speaking with a client where I've made a pitch, I would just say, I'm showing up to serve. They either need it or they don't. And whatever the choice is totally fine. Or before I go and I speak for them, is they want you to do well. In fact, this is the most powerful mantra that I would share with you if you are nervous about speaking in front of people. They want me to do well. Tell yourself that. And it is true, because most people have the same reaction to you as they would to me. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're standing up there speaking in front of all those people. So they want you to do well. They don't want to throw tomatoes at you. They didn't bring tomatoes in their purse. They'd smush all over the inside of their purse. They want you to do well, and they want to learn something. They want to be better as a result. They don't want to be bored. So just go up there and do the best job you can, because know the audience is already rooting for you. And it doesn't matter the size of the audience. They're already rooting for you. Third strategy, practice self-recognition every day. If you only wait for there to be external validation that you are good enough to do what you do, then you may be waiting a long time. But more important than that though, your self-recognition is what allows you to do your best version of your work, whether it be speaking or writing proposals or mediating, whatever that thing is. You have to recognize yourself first and remember what your greatness is. I can remember my first 6 months of business, it was hard. I was not used to not working with a team. I had to do everything myself. I had nobody telling me, are you on the right track? Are you not? And frankly, I was not making a lot of money. It was not easy. So I practice this recognition ritual every day where I pull out a little frog cutout, frog being, of course, forever recognize others' greatness, and I would write one thing I wanted to acknowledge about myself every single day. At first, it felt trite. It was forced. I hated doing it. The recognition expert, right? It's true, even I struggle with this. But then I started to think about things all day long. I was filling up multiple frogs every day, and I would put them on this big board right in front of me. And if I was having a challenging call, or if I was bored, or it was a difficult conversation, or I was knee deep in a long, painful RFP, I'd look up on that board and say, I have an abundance of greatness, and I'd be able to keep on going. Confidence rituals sometimes are ones that you self-sustain by recognizing your greatness first. Fourth strategy, what's the worst that could happen? You know, these mindset, these perspective building strategies, these are really powerful. Because if you think about what is the worst that can happen, usually the answer is it is a lot less than what you're making it out to be. We catastrophize the worst possible outcome. We picture the heckler. We picture our boss being angry. We picture ourselves getting fired. We think, oh my gosh, how will I ever come back from this if I mess up? But what if in fact that never happens? What if that was never a possibility and we just didn't even believe it to be true? See, that non-catastrophizing allows us to show up so much more resourceful and less stressed. Finally, remember who's on your team. Go and find somebody who just believes in you no matter what you do. They always are on your team. In fact, in my book, Flip Side of Failing, we talk about this, about a failure-resilient context. Those people, those environments, those workplaces, those family environments where you are not a failure. You're not defined by something going well, something not going well. You are defined independently of those little tiny moments. And so remember that there are people who just believe in you so much wholeheartedly. Go and lean on them. Practice for them if it's a presentation, or let them read over your novel that you're trying to read, or suggest to them this idea that you have, and let them stand tall for you, even if you're struggling to stand tall for yourself. You don't have to do all the work of owning your greatness, of standing for your confidence. Sometimes you get a chance to have other people help you with that. And you know the powerful thing is, that gives them an important role in your work, in your life, in your overall success. So it's a generous thing to do by pulling them into your team when you need them most. My name is Sarah McVanel, and I really hope that you find value in these episodes that we release every single week. Remember, you don't have to miss a week. You can sign up through Greatness Magnified or through our YouTube channel at Sarah McVanel. Thanks so much, everyone, because you truly are your greatness magnified.